Well, that rain that we advertised for tomorrow is off to an early start. This a light rain. In fact, not even heavy enough to send any fans ducking for cover. Jose Urquidy, despite the fact that he'd thrown 5 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball and only 67 pitches, is done for the night. That by design. He could not have thrown the ball any better.
Absolutely, give them a terrific effort. He gets Howie Kendrick to chase that high fastball. Then Victor Robles goes down on a slider. Urquidy makes a good play on a bunt to hustle over and throw out the runner, and then elevates the fastball to strike out Soto. Another heater gets Zimmerman. A terrific effort. 4 strikeouts for Urquidy, and now they'll turn things over to Josh James here in the 6th inning. James had a huge moment in the game last night in the 5th inning with 2 on and 2 outs. And you can see the fans reacting to the pinch hitter, Gerardo Parra.
In a very short time has become a cult hero here in Washington, D.C. 0 for 2 so far in the World Series, leading things off in the 6th. Turner and Eaton to follow.
Patrick Corbin had a rough start to the ballgame, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in the 1st inning, and then a 2-run home run in the 4th, and that's where we stand now, 4-0.
A couple of the active pinch hit leaders are on this Nationals roster. Matt Adams and Gerardo Parra. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes.
This is how the game has changed dramatically, Matt. You have a starter in a World Series game, 5 innings of 2-hit ball, and they take him out of the game without any indication of why you take him out. Just got to the point where they say, well, that's enough. You don't know what the reliever is going to bring into the game, and you know what the starter was doing, just 67 pitches. He obviously had plenty left in the tank, and all of a sudden, now you're encouraging the offense because they couldn't do a thing against Urquidy.
Bullpen comparison might be a little bit skewed because of the damage the Nationals did to the Houston bullpen in Game 2 in a game that was already lost. There's a strike to make it 3-1. I mean, look, the sentiment around Urquidy's start was they want to get him through the lineup twice, and that's that. So again, this is by design.
But at least you have a pinch hitter spot as the first batter, and then you turn the lineup over and react to what you see.
3 balls and a strike to count to Gerardo Parra. And there's ball 4.
97, but not close. And it just changes the whole mindset of the Nationals lineup because they couldn't do a thing against Urquidy. Rendon had a single in the 1st inning. Gomes had a leadoff double in the 3rd inning, and that was it. The only 2 base runners they had against him.
Trey Turner hitless tonight. Leadoff hitter aboard for just the 2nd time this evening for the Nationals. Only their 3rd base runner altogether. And a fastball poured in for a strike. James, a big velocity specialist. However, appearing in back-to-back games is something that he did in but only a handful of occasions. More big velocity, and it sets Turner behind 0-2. Made only 5 outings with 0 days rest. He was unscored upon in 4 of those 5.
But he is a strikeout machine, and he got the big strikeout last night in the 5th. He has not thrown that slider well in each of the last 2 appearances, and they're aware of it. They're not wasting any time as they crank up Will Harris.
Will Harris was one of the unsung heroes for the Astros yesterday. A scoreless inning in 2/3. He was terrific out of the Astros bullpen.
A couple of strikeouts for Harris. He threw 25 pitches and not many bad ones.
And a called strike 3 taken by Turner. Buck, you mentioned the big strikeout that James racked up last night. It came in the bottom of the 5th inning in a 3-1 game.
Yeah, and Brent Strom, the pitching coach, came to the mound and had a discussion with the batter, and you can see this is the pitch to Turner, a breaking ball. He comes right back and strikes him out. He couldn't pull the trigger. But Brent Strom, again, making a trip to the mound here in this situation. Last night in game 3 in the 5th inning, he goes to the mound, and I spoke to him about this meeting. And then they throw 2 changeups to Zimmerman, miss with the first one, and gets him to strike out. And I asked Strom, the pitching coach, did you call for those 2 changeups? He goes, no. Robinson Chirino said we should go with the changeup here. He threw a 2-2 changeup and missed, and then came right back with another changeup and got the strikeout. So Brent Strom has tremendous confidence in his catcher, Robinson Chirinos. And I asked Chirinos about it today. I said, what made you throw those 2 changeups? He said his sliding wasn't really good. We had thrown him a very good fastball earlier in the at-bat, and I just felt like that was the time to call back-to-back changeups.
Boy, it worked. Had everybody caught off guard, including Ryan Zimmerman. Now it's Adam Eaton. 1 out, 1 on. Eaton hitless tonight. 0 for 2 against Urquidy.
You had mentioned earlier how Hinch matches up his bullpen with the strengths and weaknesses of the opposing lineup, and that's why Harris is up. He's up for Rendon. He's probably up for Soto as well, because he can throw that good curveball and neutralize the lineup here. But Rendon's on deck, and he's a very good fastball hitter and a very good hard breaking ball hitter.
Bouncer foul. Just the 3rd slider that James has thrown tonight.
Harris is ready now. He'll just go pitch for pitch with James.
You think that was one of the things Brent Strom told him when he came out? Hey, look, this is your last guy.
No, I don't think you ever tell a pitcher that. I think you want to keep him positive, saying you just give him how to attack the hitter. I don't think he's going to go out there and say, hey, this is your last guy.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The Nationals have been kept scoreless over the last 10 innings of the World Series, dating back to game 3 last night. And again, a different story. Last night, all kinds of men on base. Tonight, there have been very few opportunities with runners aboard. End result has been the same. Full count now, 3-2. Their best RBI man, in fact, the best RBI man in all of baseball, waiting next. Lost him on ball 4. For the first time tonight, the Nationals have multiple base runners aboard, and that's going to force A.J. Hinch's hand again. He's going to go to the bullpen for Harris to face Anthony Rendon.
This is why it's so difficult to make that pitching change, because you just don't know what that reliever is going to bring into a ball game at that point. Urquidy was dominating the Nationals lineup. James comes in and walks the first batter, and then gets a strikeout and walks Eaton. Now you've got the best RBI guy at the plate trying to get the Nationals back in this game.
A pitching change, and we'll be right back.
Game 3, Will Harris came into the ball game with 2 runners on and 1 out. And he was able to get a big strikeout of Trey Turner. Got the curveball over, and then another curveball gets a weak tapper to the first baseman. Adam Eaton is out of it. So he closes out the Nationals in the 6th, has a 1-2-3 7th, including Rendon, Soto, and Asdrubal Cabrera. He's got a wicked breaking ball, and he's had a great start to his postseason. 9 appearances.
Right back off Harris, and everybody's going to be saved. Game of inches, right? If Harris makes that play, it's an inning-ending double play. As it is, he can't close the glove around that hot line drive, and it's an infield single that loads the bases with 1 away.
How quickly things have changed for the Astros since they take Urquidy out of the game. And Rendon was looking for that pitch up out over the plate. He's been very aggressive in these 2 games here. If that ball goes up the middle, Altuve is going to get it and get at least 1 out, but it hits the pitcher and everybody is safe.
Bases loaded, 1 gone now for Juan Soto, who after the noisy games 1 and 2 has quieted down in games 3 and 4.
I think Soto has seen enough fastballs inside now that he's aware of that and might look for a fastball early in this at bat.
It's a curveball hit on the ground to first base. Gurriel gets to the bag, skunks out of the box, a run scores. It's 4-1 Houston.
That's a big out for Will Harris to retire the cleanup hitter. He'll take the out and trade a run for it.
Harris has thrown 2 pitches, infield single and an RBI ground out.
Threw a cutter on the first pitch, and then this big curveball that Soto pulls on the ground to Gurriel.
That is the first inherited base runner that has scored on Will Harris's watch all postseason. He had stranded all 10 before Eaton scored in front of the ground ball. Now it's Howie Kendrick. Wow, look out. That looked like a cross-up.
This got up, and Chirinos was able to make a grab. He set up down and away and just missed upstairs. I think that was a fastball. He called for it, but he was surprised that Harris missed so badly with it.
Ball and no strikes to Kendrick. Struck out and flied out against Urquidy. A short little slider that time taken for a strike.
I'm a little surprised the Astros didn't use Cabrera to pinch hit in this situation right here. Cabrera started in the game last night and swung the bat well, got a couple of hits. He's a switch hitter, of course, but they choose to stick with Kendrick.
2 out, 2 on, a run in here in the bottom of the 6th. On the appeal, no swing.
It's another high cutter. I think Kendrick really does a good job of keeping that barrel behind. Never really came close to that being a swing.
2 balls and 2 strikes. That's how Urquidy struck him out in the 2nd. Crowded him with a fastball. Boy, a lot of red on that 9 box for Howie Kendrick.
He hit .344 during the regular season.
Got him. Will Harris bends but does not break. Only 1 in the Washington half of the 6th. Moving on to the back 3rd. in a now 4-1 Houston lead.